Hey everyone, this video is to show you how you'll be saving your items in DoDEA. Let's say you started a new Word document and you enable content and um, get going with it. And now you want to save it. You could do a couple things. One is when you click on the save option, you can save it to your PC, like in your downloads or your desktop or something. And another option is to save it in OneDrive. And you're being advised that if you really want a document safe and accessible long term, definitely save in OneDrive. So I could do that right now. I could click Save in OneDrive, give it a file name, and then click on Save. But I'm not going to click on Save this time because I want to show you one other way of doing this. So from this menu, you'll notice up in the top corner, autosave is toggled as off. If you want this saved and backed up on OneDrive, you can click and toggle that on, and you'll see a little pop-up where you can sign into OneDrive, your DoDEA Microsoft account OneDrive. You'll click on that, give it a name. I'll call it My File, and OK. So this is uploading, and it's saving it in OneDrive. So now, even though I'm editing it on the desktop app, it's constantly being uploaded and saved to OneDrive. Not constantly, every minute or so, it's being backed up. But right now, it's saved, and I can leave this desktop app and go to the web browser and log into OneDrive and view this and edit this on the web as well. So I bookmarked OneDrive on my browser. If you don't have a bookmark to OneDrive, you can just Google OneDrive. You search for it online, or OneDrive login, or something like that, and you'll be able to find your OneDrive web browser interface. Always sign in with your school DoDEA account. You're at DoDEA. So this is what it looks like. It looks a lot like Google Drive, where you have locations over there on the left and all your files over here on the right. So I have this file here, and if I go to my recent files in OneDrive, it should be there. Yep, there it is, the top one, my most recently edited file. I can click on that file, and I'll be able to view it and edit it right here in the browser if I wanted to. So this item on my browser is the same as the item on my desktop. And I can click share. I can send it to specific people if I wanted to, like Mr. Rivera. Right now it's set so that people who have the link in DoDEA, if you see that box that says allow editing, anybody with this link can edit my file. So I can keep it there if I wanted to, or I can change it so that only specific people have access to edit. Email address is there, and then allow editing for those specific people. So now only Mr. Rivera and I have editing access on this document. Another thing I want to point out is that it's a feature that anyone with the link is disabled for DoDEA. That top option, anybody with the link, that's disabled. So that's a security feature for DoDEA items. That's to protect student information. We're being nudged and encouraged to store student information using Microsoft tools. So even though it's cloud-based and on the internet, we can't just share a link to a file to anybody with the link. If you really do need to send something to somebody outside our organization, you would just like attach this as a Word document or something like you would in an email, like you would if we didn't have cloud-based capabilities. Okay. One other thing I want to show you is if I had this open on the desktop app like this, because it's auto-saving and updating after I make changes, I can make changes here on the desktop app and add a little bit more text, edit my file a little bit, and it's already saving. It's updating right now. It's talking to the cloud. It's being backed up. So my computer could crash and I'm good. It's saved. I'll go back and look at the web browser version, and there it is. I can see that I'm editing it on the desktop app as well as in the browser, and the changes are right there. So it's kind of neat. I can be collaborating on a document a lot like Google Drive, but the difference is this is more secure than Google Drive because people outside our organization don't have access to these files. So it's safe for student information to be editing and sharing files within our organization this way. So to come back, if you need to access your files again, there are a few different ways to do it. One is in the web browser interface this way, like log into OneDrive. Um, Another way you can find it is by opening your your files menu on your computer. Open your files tab on your computer, and there it is. It's one of the options, one of the locations on your computer. So everything that's listed here, all these folders, all these files, those are saved and secured in OneDrive for me. And you should see something similar on yours. The H drive is migrated over, so you should see folders and files that are familiar to you in your H drive in your OneDrive interface. You could search for them, but I know this interface takes a long time to find search things. If you have stuff saved in your downloads or in your desktop, that's not as secure. If it's something you really want to keep, you want to save it in OneDrive. The downloads are great for like, oh, I downloaded this picture, I want to use it in my presentation. Great, use your downloads. But if it's like a file that you want to have access to long term, you probably want to have that in OneDrive. Or if it's a Google item and it's just like a presentation for between you and your students or something, Google is fine. This is just for more sensitive info. So thanks for watching and have a great day.